So I went to Mecca University, and I remember there that I was studying in class and asking all the different questions and meeting with different scholars and people. And then you're always looking for the truth, right? You're searching all over the world and trying to figure out all the existential questions of life. Are we alone? What is out there? Who are we? Why are we here? And that's what searching in life is all about, right? I said we're going to talk about some strange concepts today, so I want you to pay attention. And so all of us are searching for the truth and trying to figure it out. But we know that the world is not set up in a way where you just flip to the chapter that says truth and there it is. Life, as you know, is a strange journey. And so, as we always talk about pop culture and stories and the art of communication on the hotconflict.com website, I wanted to try and tell you guys a story. Now, of course, as in the truth and as it's disseminated, always, it doesn't happen overnight, and it can't happen in one time. And I remember, as I was going through my searches for the truth in all my travels through different lands, in Egypt, in Saudi Arabia, to the pyramids, to the Holy Kaaba, to the strange tribal areas between India and Pakistan and Kashmir, to Bosnia, where there's now found more pyramids, and all over the United States, traveling everywhere, searching for different things and learning and studying and learning the languages and the culture and the people and the communication. Of course, we're all searching for something. But I remember realizing now, as an adult in my 30s, when they tell you that, you search sometimes as a young man and try to find the truth, but sometimes it doesn't come to you until you're older and you're wiser, and you start to realize some of the things that your parents told you were correct. But we'll get to that further on in the story. I remember meeting the man who actually changed my life and thinking that he was nuts. Like I said, excuse me, brothers and sisters, if I start to shed a tear, because the truth, when you see it, it changes you so dramatically that when you look back, you can't believe that you used to think the way you used to think. I remember meeting the man who actually changed my life. The one man that I actually went searching for that I found was the guy that I thought was nuts and was trying to avoid. It's a strange way that life works, right? And you're supposed to be paying attention to the signs. But if you listen to how stories are told, you'll find that the story is always there, where the person searching for knowledge finds it in the way they're not expecting, or hears the story in a strange way that when they hear it, it sounds ludicrous or strange, like my disclaimer told you. And so, of course, I'm going to tell you the story, but like in old traditions and many old traditions, you can't tell the whole story at one time. It takes forever, because we're talking about the truth. And the truth is something that somebody must grow into, and something that you can learn and listen and try to find, but only when God, the one and only God, the God that there is no other God, the God who made everyone on the world, you, me, and everybody else, and all the universe that now exists, the one true God. If you really want to know that kind of truth, then yes, you have to take time to digest it and understand. But still, I'll try to tell the story, and as always, if you're going to really try to tell the story, and get it so that you truly understand, you have to start from the beginning. But that, in and of itself, is a difficult task. So let's start at the beginning, where normal people start the story. In the beginning, there was light. The Nur, as we call it in Arabic, the light. That is the one true Lord. That is the description of the true Lord, the light, the Nur. And we know how the story goes, right? I'm not going to go through all of the details, but we must address some of the facts if you're able to follow the signs and follow the details. Now, this might get cumbersome and long, and so many people might get distracted. And the journey sometimes is the whole point. And so if you get distracted along the journey, then stop and come back. But listen to the story. And God created Adam. And God fashioned Adam out of clay and mud. And God breathed the spirit of the soul, the life, into the body that he had formed. And according to Islam, biyadihi, right, with his own hand. Could be an important part of the story. But also breathed into him his life. Again, an amazing part of the story. This is some of the fundamental truth that everybody agrees, that understands the one true Lord. And Adam came to life, and in the court of God, there were already angels, also made of light, some of them having wings, but not having genders, and not having free will. And this is a fundamental point in the story where there's some confusion. Angels do not have free will. Angels do not have free will. They are servants of the Lord, angels of the Lord. But they do not have free will. Fundamental point in the story, and you must understand this. The next point is very dramatic. Is that Adam finds out that there is another creation, other than angels and other than Allah the Most High. Allah the Most High, the term Allah meaning the God in Arabic, important point or fundamental that non-Muslims especially have to understand in this story. The term Allah in Arabic means the God, meaning the God with a capital G, as we say in English, because we don't have a better term. The same God that the Jews call, the same God of Moses, the same God of Abraham, the same God of all the prophets. And we'll get to that later, but the God, right? For example, Christians who live in the Middle East, who speak Arabic as their mother tongue and have their Bible in Arabic, the term for God in their Bible is Allah. So that's a common misconception in a Western audience, and this is an important part of the story. So Adam finds out that there's another form of creation. They're called the Jinn. Now, here's where we're going to get into the woo of the conversation in the story, and if you're willing to pay attention, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. The Jinn are described